It was one of the toughest fights we've ever had. Faces are the ones we think about. The fight against fear and doubt, anger, and sometimes even don't give up. Life will give us problems. We frequently act without warning. Answer to these problems can define. Now picture this. What if you? Her mind was so strong and unwavering. Nothing could truly impede the progress. That's the kind of strength the Stoics gave their lives. To developing a positive mindset can be beneficial. Anything, because it comes from the we possess unbreakable wisdom and bravery. And self-control. Today we will discuss self-control. Smarts of the Stoics, not like some old thought has stuck in the past, but this is an equally useful set of tools. It holds the same significance today as it did 2,000 years ago. These are the lessons that people for hundreds of years, from emperors to soul saws, and keep going. To have you ever aspired to assist millions of people? If life is getting you down or you're just trying to protect their minds, it can withstand any challenge. Stay tuned. You'll have won by the end of this movie. Make a plan to change the way you think. There is a method to safeguard your mental health. You stand no matter what comes your way. Firm, so if you like what they're doing here, and they want to back think of a simple, straightforward thing you can do, is to click the subscribe button and make sure you don't skip any of the movie. To fully grasp the important, we're going to talk about some ideas together. Let's go. Begin to embrace. Tasks. Every problem you have to solve is an opportunity to showcase your abilities, whether it's being patient when you're stuck, when it comes to traffic resistance, how to deal with loss, or bravery when faced with fears. The calm thought that that's not what happens to you, it's how you handle it. Answer that changes this way of thinking, turning problems into stepping stones on the how do you master yourself. Now let's get down to business. How can we really take on obstacles? It starts with seeing instead of perceiving. Consider problems as obstacles to overcome. Tools for personal use. Growth when something goes wrong. Think about what this can teach you. For me, this shift in perspective extends beyond about finding the bright side of things. Building a strong character that works well, under pressure, and also embracing challenges mean being there. And I am involved, not detached, or uninterested in it, means taking an active role with managing the challenges life presents is essential. It with a clear head and attention on what can be managed. Remember, the Stoicism should not diminish your significance. However, they should be used in a healthy manner. That helps you and your neighborhood. It's better that this Stoic attitude doesn't promise an easy life, but what they give you is an important one by constantly applying. By following these rules, you'll find that you're not only strong enough to withstand having problems, but also being capable of getting stronger because of it. The task becomes an opportunity. Show honor and build it up. Strength. So the next time you remember when you're in a tough spot, it's not just a problem, it's an issue, the chance to get better, and more powerful ideas are over. This theory tells us that real wealth doesn't come from outside sources, things, but from how rich our ideas are, what make us strong. Stoicism tells us to change our pay attention to getting material wealth. This changes quickly and is often beyond our control. To building strong thoughts have the power to transform and endure. Really change the world, think about it. The most important people throughout past were not always those with who have the most money, but those who came up with new ideas that society changed, from the philosophical Marcus Aurelius's ideas about the modern mind's new ideas and perspectives, and politicians. The real money they dealt with was tips on how to use this power. It starts with us. Developing a way of thinking that values being creative and thinking critically over mere. We are led to ask by consumption, Stoicism. Ourselves, Or are we just collecting things that will go away? Or are we? I am gathering new ideas that will endure. This doesn't mean that wealth and money, they are not important. They are merely tools. Are good to use, but they shouldn't be the end goal. We should try to make and help people think deeply about solved problems and devise strategies to do so. Serve others. We can better ourselves by adopting the Stoic attitude. Putting ideas above money means be aware that personal growth and make a big difference in society, satisfying than material things. Success is not limited to this perspective. Makes our own lives better as well as useful to others by setting up being a thought leader culture, and with innovation we can motivate those around us. We should also look beyond the surface, the signs of wealth, and think about the thoughts and feelings they had on acts. In a world that is becoming more and more through materialism, the Stoics focus on their thoughts. Overwealth is a welcome call to action. Getting back to what really counts pushes us to think and come up with new ideas. We are independent thinkers. Leave behind wise things instead of just making money on your own. Path Stoics teach us that even though we can't do something outside events that we can control, our actions and reactions shape our lives, choose their own fates consciously. This is not about living with meaning. They are making their own way in spite of the world. Instead of creating a life that fits, these are our most important morals and values. How do we start making our own way? Starts with self-awareness. Stoicism tells us to examine our lives closely. People who challenge societal norms may not always be accepted. Are we in line with our own truth, keeping a job or way of life because we do it because it's our duty to do so? It genuinely fulfills us by prompting us to reflect. We can begin to solve these questions, find a way to live that truly reflects who you are. Once we establish our identity and values, know where you're going. Better, the next step is to do something about it. Having the courage to go your own way. Courage to make choices that aren't the norm. Turn away from the worn-out path. To deal with the uncertainty and faults that could come with such ISM provides us with the necessary tools to ensure success. Emotional toughness to deal with these challenges by bringing up the fact that what we do determines how much we're worth. Character, not by what other people think, or success goes hand in hand with creating your own. Path means accepting the idea of learning for life, and Stoics like Seneca and Marcus have adapted. Aurelius was in favor of continuing self-improvement and the skill of adaptation. They think that someone who is smart is always, they were prepared to modify their plans, learn from them. This flexible strategy is based on, this is crucial in a constantly evolving world. Changing it increases our likelihood of remaining open and is able to adapt to new knowledge. Experiences that made sure our way stays current and in line with our growth, and finally making your own way. Isn't just about personal goals, it's about without making a difference in society, and Stoicism teaches us in a profound way. Look beyond our individual desires. Think about how our acts affect other people. Through picking a path that helps, we fulfill the positive aspects of the people around us. The Stoic goal is to get along with others. In our neighborhood and around the world, explore the world from this connected perspective. Make sure our way isn't just not only self-satisfying but also socially caring, for adapting to change will happen no matter what. Also the way of life, which means that all living things will. There are things that remain constant and things that are changing. Stoics understand that living will transform them. Life is only stable when things change. They teach us to embrace it, not just tolerate it, not passively, but actively to shape and be. The events that occur to us transform us. Making sure our growth and improvement through every try the patient way of dealing with change. It is founded on the distinction between control and basic idea put forward by Epic. It teaches us to tell the difference. There is a gap between our capabilities and limitations, thoughts, feelings, and I can't tolerate what other people do. Past and a lot of the outside world by we are focusing on our own area of interest. Our power makes us more useful and effective. This perspective provides us with a peaceful perspective. Prepare your mind to handle change by lowering stress about the situation is unpredictable and gives us the power to act where we can, and also getting used to change means staying steady on the inside. Despite outside changes, Marcus Aurelius, a Roman Stoic philosopher and emperor, told us to be like a rocky beach, which the waves always crash against. Despite the challenging weather conditions, in this picture, the sea walls are still in place. A strong image for quiet strength. Maintaining composure is crucial. Regardless of the severity of the weather, make a clear decision. Life gets this stable, doesn't it? From being stiff, but from a deep, knowing about and taking part in the normal flow of life in real life. Getting used to change means constantly. Assessing oneself and making changes to Stoicism is crucial. Encourages a daily conversation with conducting a self-evaluation is a crucial step. Every day brings new changes, and how are we responding emotionally to challenges, or are we reacting with thoughts? Our actions align with our values. This habit of reflection does more than just help. Managing changes immediately is crucial, but we are anticipating and preparing for the future. Those who deal with change in a Stoic way means seeing every new situation as that chance for changes in growth every time. Whether viewed as positive or negative, there are lessons and methods to improve. Qualities like knowledge, fairness, and courage. And temperance, among other things, sudden hard times, could give you a chance to practice strength and kindness, while a surprise victory that could test. That makes us more humble, and long-term growth in charity making. Strict plans isn't what this is about. Plans that don't want to change, but instead setting a course with our help, deepest morals and beliefs, making sure that we plan every step we take. The Stoics frequently discussed important topics. How important is it to have a reason for living? That goes beyond normal changes. And they said that without distractions, our long-term goals are clear, and we are at the mercy of outside forces and events tossed around like a ship without a rudder. A clear vision serves as this rudder is assisting us in navigating the challenges of life. Water with complexity and direction. Imagine the future in real life. Having a long-term vision requires careful consideration on what's important to us, what do you value most in life, what we aspire to become, and how we can achieve it. Help the world around us with this. The vision should be strong and capable, getting used to changes without losing sight. Among the main goals, for instance, you could envision yourself as a lifetime learner. The learner is committed to personal growth, and this is for the benefit of society. Shows that things might change with circumstances, maybe through a job, changes how relationships work, or social situations are changing, but the core, the vision remains unchanged, maintaining a stoic demeanor. Way of looking at long-term vision includes prepare yourself mentally for both success and failure. It teaches us to anticipate failures, trouble, and see them as normal parts. Getting ready for the trip is not easy. Gloomy, but more of a type of realistic hope by thinking about possible problems and picturing how, in order to confront them, we strengthen our resolve. Having the ability to make changes enhances our abilities. We are prepared to persevere until we achieve our objective. No matter what comes our way, Stoicism also stresses how important connecting our goal to the actions we take is important, are in our hands, But that's not enough. So we must not only dream or plan, but also act upon them. Concrete, steady steps toward. To make our goal come true, this means setting. We set attainable goals that reflect our daily lives. We are constantly changing our habits and routines. Plans to stay in line with our long-term goals, that every little thing they do should be seen as a step toward a larger purpose that is full of value and building a long-term vision and direction. To be calm means to accept the trip as much as this is where the real value lies. Vision isn't just about getting things done. Clear goals, but in growth and things we learn along the way. Stoicism teach us to cherish each moment. Our plans include a challenge. Growth reminding us that the way making our idea a reality is equally important, is as important as the end. As a result of personal growth and reflecting on oneself in this introspective. In reality, it's not just about improve yourself in a typical manner. It's about building a strong understanding how our thoughts and actions work and the reason why they want to. The good deeds we commit should align with justice, and knowledge, courage, and Stoic values teach us to be temperate. Turn inward and examine how we handled the situation. Being honest with yourself is an important tool for personal growth because it allows us to find places where our thoughts or deeds might not match up with our morals or what we wanted as a result of asking ourselves tough questions like, why did I react? Unnecessary? So what does this feeling teach me? How can I do a better job next time? This level of research not only learn more about ourselves, but also it gives us more control over our lives, how they feel, and to enhance the Stoic practice, consider your feelings. Includes a method of self-reflection. It's called the evening review. Mind plays over the events of the day, not to think about them too much, but to judge, and this practice pushes you to learn from them. A daily thought cleanup that makes sure this ensures our alertness and awareness. We are taking steps to reach our own goals. It aids in retaining the lessons learned throughout the day. This prepares us for tomorrow. I have a more focused and clear mind. Stoicism helps people grow as people. The idea that we should try to get better, more than we were yesterday instead of. This idea that you are better than other people shows that comparing yourself to others is a source of confusion. And instead of focusing on what makes you unhappy, our own way, and make progress, we take part in a more positive and encouraging toward yourself. Process this internally. Focus encourages not only are you improving yourself, but accepting yourself, taking into account that while perfection is not possible, continuous improvement is both doable and deeply satisfying. Stoicism also doesn't run away from problems. Because of the pain that often comes with change, it recognizes that achieving real growth can be challenging. As uncomfortable as it makes us feel, face the things about ourselves that we, despite the temptation to ignore it, it provides us with comfort knowing that this pain is temporary. Being good is a normal part of life. Take on every challenge and every problem. Comfort gives you a chance to practice. We use Stoic traits to strengthen our resolve and to improve our ability to kindness and knowing how to grow as a person. And what does self-reflection mean in a Stoic setting? Choosing to live wisely, and in terms of ethics, they involve a constant speech between our inner selves and the outside world that lets us live your life instead of being passive recipients because of our situation, but we are involved. Responsible people who shape our lives meant to be, and morality by using every problem that comes up is a chance to show good qualities like patience, endurance, and strength, for when we experience a personal setback, we have the opportunity to work on it. Persistence when we face injustice. Today we have a chance to grow, bravery and fighting for justice. The storage utilizes these times to organize itself. In the same way that runners use hills to build to find power, it's not about problems, but when they do happen, it's about how you answer that. It aligns with our values and improves the situation. Our character is even more stoic. Does not support a silent voice accepting all problems as they come, instead of encourages being involved with life's problems. This means we ask ourselves how we can use a bad day to our advantage. The situation is either favorable to us or not. The assistance of others can help you navigate through a challenging situation. Teach us something useful about we need to figure out how to turning a personal battle into a source of inspiration for other people. By we look for the good in bad times, turn our problems into lessons, and we can transform our challenges into triumphs, is crucial to this process. Stoics regularly do things like, it's similar to journaling and meditating. Think about their situations, such as their experiences with trouble. It's not about dwelling on what went wrong, but about getting useful information ideas that can help you reach your own better results and progress in the future. This process of reflection helps. Take the lessons you've learned from hardships, making sure that every challenge facing oneself leads to a deep learning and making yourself stronger. Also, dealing with problems means let go of a certain amount of attachment. Under outside circumstances, Stoics try to keep inner peace, no matter what. Of outside events, by concentrating on what steps can they take to modify their reactions, and their feelings that this detachment does not care about results. Instead, it's about not being how you feel, being overpowered by them. It lets us handle life's challenges calmly and follow our beliefs no matter what. Of the situation, by using problems to be patient, you have to transform a challenge into an opportunity, greater knowledge and a better life. It makes us want to not only live through our fights, but to use them as fire for our mental journey made us. Living a full and fulfilling life is essential. By doing so, we not only improve our lives, improve ourselves, but it could also offer a beacon of hope and strength. For those going through their own difficulties in leadership and impact are two important aspects. It's not about exerting control over others, about setting a good example and motivating others. Those around you are blessed with your goodness, and Stoicism teaches that leaders are those who run their own countries, lives with grace and wisdom, and what you do makes other people want to do the same. This way of thinking about leadership stresses personality traits and moral behavior, which is the basis of how Stoic thought leadership works. One must first master themselves before they can master others. To successfully lead others, taking responsibility for oneself requires practice. Having self-control and handling one's feeling things and making choices that demonstrate your concern for the collective welfare. Instead of making money for yourself, it includes building up traits like courage. Justice is stoic, temperance is prudent, and leaders show these traits. Showing through the way they behave, they teach us how to live a good life. Because of this, maintenance is not maintained authority, but it automatically spreads out influence others by the way they. Besides that, Stoicism says that what is good leadership all about? Making other people content and healthy. The group as a whole is the focus. Status over service. A different point of view helps leaders concentrate on how they can make other people better and succeed in creating a space where the group or team can do well. By putting the wants and welfare of some Stoic leaders earn trust, which is important for any important conversations in relationships. Also plays a key part in stern leadership. A silent leader talks clearly, honestly, and with the goal of educate and make things better. They take part in and listen, attempt to comprehend the differences, viewpoints, and respond with care. This conversation is honest and kind. Style not only assists in understanding, despite disagreements, and the need to reach an agreement also makes the leader's impact stronger by making them seem fair. And trustworthiness is another important part of being able to change, is what makes a Stoic leader. Being able to stay calm in the face of, there is a significant amount of change and confusion. They know they can't control everything, outside events, but always have control. Their reactions, that this resilience lets them to help other people through problems with peace of mind and clarity, offering a strong base for their team, or Stoic rule in the community learning for life and thoughts. Stoic leaders are dedicated. They are concerned with their personal growth and development, always looking for information and understanding. This can help them become better leaders. And moral understanding, they were open and honest about what they did. We are always looking for ways to receive comments. They aim to improve their town and provide better services. Thoughts on this is an important part of the trip. Stoic practice lets you take a break, check your plan and make changes as needed. Based on ideals and principles, dearest, it's about taking a look back, but not just to remember or feel bad about things. Learn and understand this introspection. The process is crucial as it provides assistance to enjoy the space you've gained, traveled, and learned from their mistakes. Make changes based on what you learn. Stoicism teaches us to be optimistic about the future. Consider life as a series of opportunities to help you grow in every situation. Whether thought to be great or plagued with challenges, bring useful things. Learning by giving these some thought. We handle the events we have thoughtfully, examining our past actions and decisions, checking to see if they fit with the wisdom, justice, and bravery are Stoic virtues. And temperance. This isn't a time to judge ourselves harshly, but about coming our past with a kind and having a positive attitude that is keen on always getting better at this. Thoughts. Remember the times when you've been through hard times. How did you respond? Were you angry and anger, or did you find a way to maintain composure and make a valid argument? Choices. Each case gives us information. Your character and strength are truly impressive. I am providing you with clues about potential. Improve your quiet practice in the same way. Think about the enjoyable times in your life, and these 2 lessons can help you advance. What matters to you and your identity? Making your pledge to them even stronger. Values, which are also reflected in your journey, means recognizing the temporary state of life is a key Stoic idea. Idea of everything are wins. Failures, happiness, and sadness are all fleeting. It should be savored in the moment, but kept loose as we move forward with this. Being aware enhances your sense of awareness. Thank you for the present. I am ready to face the future, no matter what it might bring. Open arms and a willing heart finally tells you about reflections can have a lot of power, not only to help you grow, but also as a way to inspire and change other people. By talking about your journey, you make a difference. And this leads to a larger conversation about how to live a good life and getting other people to think about their ways and maybe learn how to be patient for yourself. Please tell me, members, that we are halfway through this movie. Thanks for taking a step in the right direction. Make yourself a better person sign up if you haven't already, and say something below. It helps a lot. The channel continues to grow and sustain us to give you more useful information. Observe each action you take on this platform. A trip not only makes your life better, maintain the lives of those around you. Think about it, keep growing, and don't forget that you watch one of the videos on Keep Looking Around Your Screen. let us keep the knowledge of Stoicism together. Building good, strong lives is a continuous process that requires effort and dedication. Stay engaged and keep learning to become the best version of yourself.